welcome back to another part of Andy's art club. This is part 2 of this painting. So last week we started looking at an artist by the name of Graham Nuttall, and he's an Irish artist and he has a very distinctive style of painting and creating characters and drawing faces. So we're looking at his style, so make sure you go back and look at that video first where I went through drawing one of his characters. So today what we're going to do is we're going to start putting in some colour into this suspicious looking chef guy, onto his face and that, and just looking at it there I see his hat is a bit stumpy, so I'm actually going to just make a little change there now and move his hat on upwards so it continues up off the page. Alright, now so from here we're going to look at some of the colours and the types of paint styles that Graham uses. So one thing that I notice, he really likes to use a colour palette that looks really very warm, very Mediterranean kind of colours. So I think we'd stick with that today, and we're going to do something similar to what he did in his painting, and we're going to give a nice reddish kind of warm background. So I'm just going to use straight up some nice red paint that I have here. And so what I have today are lots of different colour paints, and I have a selection of brushes, and I also have water to clean my brush after each use, and just some tissue as well, so make sure you have that to hand. So I'm going to get started on this. So I'm going to use a nice little flat brush and just some water just to dilute the paint a bit. And then if you're doing this at home now, remember there's no rush. Make sure you're in a nice comfortable spot in the house, or you know, pop on the radio or some music in the background and relax. There's no clock, there's no time here, so there's no rush with it. Okay, so I'm just going to get started. So I'm just going to block out the background and I'm going to keep it all red for now. So I'm going to continue with this, and just as I said, just neatly around his face, around his shoulders, and I'm going to block all that out. So what I might do is fast forward this and then I'll talk to you in a sec. Alright. Yep, so happy with that. I'm going to keep moving on, and next I've cleaned my brush and I've used my water. I'm putting the paint on quite thick, or you know, not too watered down, just to maintain that lovely dark hue or colour. So we've the red done, so now I'm going to give this guy a nice dark blue apron. So the same process again, we're just putting in blocks of paint today. So I've got my nice navy blue, and I'm going to just do his uniform here. So chat you in a sec. Nice, happy with that wee apron, and on to our next block of colour. So I think I'm going to give this guy a nice dark brown mustache, and then at the same time I'll use the same colour paint to block in colour for his eyebrows and just his hairline here and here. So we're going to do this bit, these two eyebrows, and his hairline. Okay, talk to you in a sec. Now, so this is coming together nicely. So the last bit that we might block off today will be, we just want to do the skin tone for this chef's face. And again, we're going to take inspiration from the way Graham Nuttall would paint, and he'd use these really vibrant, warm colours, so real kind of Mediterranean, kind of Spanish feel to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix up a nice kind of an orange, bright orange colour for this skin tone all around here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to mix two colours together, and you might know this already, but just by adding a little bit of red to some yellow, that should give us a nice orange kind of a glow. So I'm going to put some yellow out here, lots of yellow, and then I'm going to get another clean brush. I have one here. Where are the clean brushes? Right, so I'm going to just take a little bit of red, add that to my yellow, and see what starts to come out. Okay, so I'm getting there. I'm going to add more yellow. And quite a bit more. I might put in too much red there. Now it's coming into a nice colour. Keep adding yellow. So play around with this. Whatever tone you like. You can do this your own way as well entirely. Pick your own choice of colours if you want. You want to change it up. So let's see, can I get a little bit more yellow in there? Not much. That should do it. No, that's perfect. So nice orange skin tone. Okay, I'd say that's hard to see actually, but I've just mixed up my yellow and red, and it's given me a lovely, oh, camera shaking, a lovely orange tone for the skin. Okay, so just like before, and as I said, we're just putting in blocks of paint today. So a nice clean brush, not too much water on it, just when you're applying it. You want a nice flat colour on the page. And then we're going to again take our time, and we're going to go over all these features. We're going to leave, obviously don't go over the eyes or the mouth area here, and yeah, that's it. So I'll break this into steps again, and I'll just show you a few photos of how I progress. Okay, talk to you in a few minutes. Now, so we have that skin tone in, and I'm happy with that, and so we're almost there. We've just one last bit to do for today, and that is to block in the white colour on the chef's hat and on his apron, on his shirt. And so what we're going to do, we're going to use just our white paint with a spotlessly clean brush. You don't want any other colour mixing in there for now. So I'm going to put out some white, and then I'm going to add the tiniest amount of blue into it. Okay, so I have my blue from earlier from the apron. I'm going to put out a nice bit of white paint there. Now, a tiny amount of blue, just a mere speck. Not even that much. A mere speck, and let's see how that washes in. So we're just trying to go slightly off white, and it's purely just again adding a little bit of warmth, or maintaining that warmth in your picture, by just giving the white, pure white, a little tinge of colour. But as I said, tiny amount of blue will do. And again, I'm really sorry now if you can't see that all that clearly, but that is very close to white. Small little hint of blue in it, just to change the colour somewhat. Okay, so I'll spend 2 or 3 minutes doing this, so I'll do the same. I'll fast forward, show you a few photos of my progress, and then I'll chat to you at the end. Okay. So there we have it. We've gotten a lot done today. So we put in our blocks of different paint, and I've just finished there with the white of the chef's shirt and his hat. It might be very subtle and it might be very hard for you to see there, but it will make a difference. So please do have a go and tune back in next week, where I'll put in the third part of this painting, where I'll show you how we'll just put in these eyes and some details on the face just to make it lift a little bit more off the page. Okay, thanks again guys, and talk to you next week. Bye.